Welcome back everyone, I'm Craven and this is Satisfactory, and yeah, today we have some very interesting things because we are starting to get our points, meaning we can start unlocking stuff in the store, so we're gonna have a look at that, which means factories are starting to be formed. And on another note, if you look up in the corner, we have our coal power milestone. Once we have that, we're gonna start with something very beautiful, which is automated power. No longer need we go scrape for leaves, sticks, and everything in between in order to generate our power supply. But until we get there, we need a little bit more, because our bio plant is running low, meaning that I need to start collecting more. And since we are so close to unlocking that automated power, I do not want to search too much for too long, cause that's gonna be a headache and a half. So for now, let's check out how many points we have, check the store, and then we're gonna focus on getting that coal power. And when everything shuts down, it's time for me, to start on working and get the power back up and running again. So for now we have 12 coupons, which we will keep in our pocket for the moment. And the one thing I want the most is concrete flooring, because I think those is one of the most beautiful foundations. Personally, I don't think we have other options, so we can make them differently. But that's definitely one of the items I want to start out with. So, concrete foundation, add to the cart, most definitely. We got the factory cart, which is beautiful, but not needed right now. Just like the boombox, it's beautiful in its own right. We just don't need it right now. These things are interesting. One, a new conveyor throughput. I'm very curious to see how that works, but we're not there yet. For our factories, we want all these 4 things. This is an old one. It makes us make our conveyor belts wherever we feel like it, which is good. This is a new one, meaning we can make our own conveyor wall hole instead of getting these, the old standard ones, which this will be a boon most definitely, meaning we can make it a lot more personalized than we could before. And now another floor hole, add to it as well. What do we have? We have 7 points, so we have 5 more to spend. Let's put in a wall power outlet as well. You shut down, means we have 2 more points left to spend. Interesting boxes, but not needed right now. I have been playing around with the colors of our base. Haven't found the one I want yet. At least I haven't decided yet. So these are too expensive to get now anyway. What do we get for 2 points? What do we want? You know what? Let's get a staircase foundation. Yes, why not? With all these different types of floors. Perfect. Ooh. Factory ladder. How much is that? 3. Did a bit too much. Alright, we'll give it this. It's a good start overall.
All fixed-vetted materials are tested for toxins, hallucinogens, and other biologically adverse effects. Pioneers are advised not to immerse themselves in these materials, and not to lick, eat, breathe in, or otherwise consume them.
That sounds like sound advice, if I ever heard one. Yes, let's get a few of these. That means that the only thing I need is a few more cables, and then we can unlock the coal power, which will then lead to where are we gonna build that. Normally, when I'm in this area, I like to build a small coal power plant here, just to up our numbers so we have plenty of time to, well, work on our actual power plant. I think for this time around, I want to risk it. I want to risk just, well, let's go on and play somewhere else. And for that, we need to get some supplies. We got enough of those. Let's get another one of these. Why not? I mean, we're gonna have a lot of supplies on us, and hopefully it works. Because as you can imagine, if we want to build something big, we need to activate it one layer at a time, just to make sure that things just do not explode in our face. Because that would be extremely messy, and we do not want that. Alright, so let's just first unlock the coal power. And then we're going to go to the place that I love to build my first coal power plant. Because we have water, we have a lot of coal, and it's, relatively speaking, not too far away from here.
Milestone reached. Power production can now be fully automated by burning coal, which has been added to the resource scanner. Water is also necessary to run the coal-powered generator and will require a network of pipelines to be transported from a water source. To assist with locating and identifying water, Fixit has compiled this guide. Water is a somewhat reflective liquid and it may have thick vegetation growing nearby. To test if something is water, try touching it. If it is not solid and does not corrode your suit, it is probably water.
Yeah, that's not the way I love to test water. Give me a kit or something. I think we can figure it out in that way as well. Alright, let's put on our next in here. Nice, but I think this one will be nicer. Some few extra inventory slots that we need if we want to build bigger stuff, more location. And after we have power, then we're going to go for the basic steel production and of course all the other stuff over here. So first, let's do security. I'll put it in. I will not fill it just yet because we are going hunting. We're going to see how much we have. I think it's probably all already processed. Ooh, that's coming around. And I'm pretty sure they're all not maximum filled. No, definitely not. So I'm guessing we have about 45 minutes to an hour worth of power before we start seeing hiccups. I can work around that. So, going to the new area, we're going to check it out, and we're going to talk about how we want to arrange all of that, and then I will start making the base of it, so we can start building upon it. And yes, I am grabbing some of the bushes already, because that's what's gonna help us power the last few bits until the automated factory is fully up and running. And I'm so hoping that the area we're going to right now will have plenty of leaves and wood lying about, just to make us bridge the gap. Let's not grab too many, because we will be attacked by other enemies because they are in the area. Oh yeah, and I will keep, of course, the enemies aggressive, just to keep it interesting. I think we're almost there. I can already hear water in the distance. The water feels a bit bigger than I can remember. But yes, we are now in the water that will supply us with the water we need for our coal power plant. And yes, I'm pretty sure I won't have enough resources, but that is more than fine, because I should have brought a shit ton of concrete with me for the flooring, which I did not even think of making a journey here. Right, that at least is gone. But yes, as you can see, we have a whole big old lake with all the water we'll need for all the coal power that we might want to make. We're going to clear out the area of all other stuff that might come into the way. And then we're going to make our platforms, which will, of course, have the power on it. But also, like I said, the water providers that we are needed. And I think we'll probably need about 4 or 8. And if you go a little bit further here in the forest, we'll come across, if I remember correctly, enemies. And I think they are spitters, so we've got to be careful. 2 coal nodes, but are they normal or are they pure? Normal and normal, so 2 61s. And that boulder over there, I think that's a 3rd one. And I think that might even be a 4th one. But if you want to have that one, we have to go look around. And we cannot use this one because it is indeed covered. Alright, keep our calm. Thank you. Your range is mine, and I swear I saw 2. Ah, the other one's already dead. Good. Don't mind that. So that's what we have. So we have copper. We got coal. Where are you? Wait. 3. You're a bit more meaner than the others, but I'll take it. And that means we can research this and learn a bit more about these enemies. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to clear out a whole bunch of trees here. With the resources we can power up a last bit of supply we need in order to make our coal power base. I'm going to go back to our other location, get some more concrete, and I will start flooring the place up. And I think once I've done that, we'll meet back up in the air, see how it looks, and start building together from there. And I want to see if I can do something different with it, like a bit more shapes. Maybe I have an idea of maybe making it into a factory or not. I don't know, but I will see you in a few minutes. Welcome back, everyone. I've laid some groundwork. It's not perfect, definitely not, but I wanted to do something different than what I've done before. So this is what we've laid down as of yet, and I try to take as close to the edge of the water as we can, so when we place the water collectors, it's right there for them, so we can easily connect them to the platforms and pushes them to the coal generators if needed. And the slightly higher part is where our first batch of generators is going to be. And you might think it to yourself, yes, that's me, that's the person standing there beneath the wall. Where do we go from there? Well, I've made platforms from the start where we collect, of course. And the camera doesn't go further because it only is a maximum amount of steps from your character. There are 2 nodes, and I've platformed it, and there, of course, we're going to take it all the way over here to where we want to build our generators. So right now, the best thing we can do is calculate. That's what we need to do. We need to figure out how many generators can we make, how much coal generators do we need, how much water do we need? And let's see if we can find the common ground when we want to start. And yes, I did say that once we start powering them up, we're going to do it a little at a time, of course. But after that, if you want to have everything powered up nicely, so we get the most power out of it, and hopefully get off the biofuel. Because once you're off the biofuel, we can start thinking ahead, thinking of the future. And that's what we're trying to do right here, right now. Start building for the future. Because automated power, if you don't have that, there is no Satisfactory. Slightly dramatic, but I think you get the point. So, let's see. What we want is, of course, so we'll start out with the coal power generator. 60 per minute. So basically, if we go and we try to make them, let's see what to do.
Interesting, most pioneers already had coal power set up by this point because they understood their responsibility to humanity. Adjusting pioneer attitude metrics. Reminder, coal-powered generators require coal.
I know that, Ada, I do. And it might be a bit later for you, but I like to take my time. So that's what we do here. So, once this gets fuels, it needs 50 water. And it generates 75 power. But what does it actually consume? That's the question, isn't it? Because I was hoping it would tell us here. 45 per minute squared. So I'm guessing that's what we need. 45 per minute in order to create 75. Is that what we're looking for? We can do that. So, what we're gonna do, I think the first thing what we need, and that's honestly, and of course you can say, what's all with the rectangle building and stuff? We don't have enough building parts yet to make it all look perfectly beautiful, but it's gonna be archways everywhere, encapsulating what we wanna see. So, we have 60 bells right now. Technically we can up them a little bit higher if we wanted to, but that takes a lot of precious resources. So I want to try and wait till a little bit higher till we have the Mark II miners, and with it the steel to create better conveyor belts. So for now I want to split them to two different conveyor belts leading to the well, basically the coal generators, which we're gonna start then with two flows going in the two directions, two sets of generators generating power. I think that would be a good start. So what do we need first? Well, we need the building to create us the stuff that we need. So let's create our workshop. I think it would be nice to have one on site, and with that saying, you could basically need to get rid of the plant, but I don't have any fuel for that, so you're lucky, plant, you're gonna survive another day. So let's go with a miner. So we've got two, and let's put them on their spot. You can go over there. You can go over there. I'm not gonna bother with the power just yet. We'll just do that in a quick recap later on. You can get the outer side, and you can get the inner. Like I said before, we'll clean it up nicely before you know it. The only thing I want to do right now is make sure that everything is going. No, that's not what we want. And sometimes it just goes a little bit uneven, which we will straighten out at some point, because I have no idea where did we mess up with that. Because I can see the bump over here. Which is fine, because when we start upgrading them to 120, maybe even 240 belts, then we're gonna push them on the same location where we want them to be. Now this is plenty. Why is he trying to connect the entire time? It just doesn't feel right. Okay, getting towards the end, so let's be careful that we don't drop off. I think this is where we need to put it until we know where we wanna put our generators. So let's start putting a few generators down on the floor, so we have a general idea what we want to do with them. So we see here 2 inputs, which of course is the water and the coal. I don't want to put it too far ahead, so let's put it on the edge. We know that this is one of the sides. So do we want to make it like this, like 3 or 4 here, and the other one to the other side here? Maybe, and then put a water pipe through the flooring and let it come up where we actually need it. That might actually not be that bad of an idea. So let's keep some room on the outside here. Because we need enough room for the coal to come through, but also enough for us to still let the water come to where we need it. So how is it aligned right now? Yeah, we can take that damage, it's fine. So it looks like the alignment went from the coal input to the coal input, so it's a little bit off. So we definitely want to replace them if we can. Because the alignment that I want is not based on the coal, but on the entire building. Don't know why it stops aligning once it's removed from the building, but that's fine. How far away are we from it? Is that enough? No, that is far too close. And again, not aligned. Alright, I know what you're doing, game. And it's slightly annoying me, but I get it. Is this enough? This should be enough. Enough to get the pipes into the ground. And also back up with the coal, because maybe one step further behind. Because what I want to do is I want to remove the block in front of it. That would be perfect. Are you still attached to it? No. No, yeah. You're gonna be placed where I want you to. Why is it a little bit up from the ground? And is it really a piece of rock in the background that's making it do that? No, there's no reason for it. Alright, so let's place some extra foundations to compensate for that. See if it doesn't do it now for us. But yes, I am extremely stubborn, but I will get what I want in the end. If I can figure out why it does certain things. Like one slight turn ahead is giving us what we want. And one behind as well. Then what's wrong with that one particular step? Well, if you want to do it like that, then we are okay. Then we just put in one step back, and that means that that's our 3 coal generators to start off with. And I will show you in a minute what my idea behind it is, what I want to do after that. Better, no, you just wanna listen. Let's see if we can get the water here in a proper manner. It's a bit rocky, but we should be able to make that. And then if we need more power generators, we'll place another 3 or 4 on this side. Because I think we can handle more with the 2 nodes we have, but this is a great start. Yeah, the placement is not ideal, to say the least. We got a big rock on the ground, big rock on the start of it, but we'll make it work. Why not? Because if there's anything I am, that is definitely stubborn. Okay, so just a little bit here. That will already be so much of an improvement, because then we can just put the pipe in the middle of the 3 coal generators, lead them into the water, let them collect the water all together, and move 1 or 2 pipes in order to feed the water into it. So let's start. Well, let's start placing some water extractors, shall we? Let's see if we can place them right in the middle of this, or is roughly at least.
That may indeed be water. Try submerging your arm. If it does not dissolve, that will narrow down the range of possibilities. Or you could just pipe it to a coal-powered generator and see what happens.
And this will bring us 120 per minute, so that's about 360 we have right now, meaning about seven coal generators worth of water. What kind of piping are we talking about? What we actually have that can push them through? $300 mil per minute. So for now, the pipe that we have can take on 3 at once. 300 mil, which is 50 per coal generator, so that's 6. So we can combine all the flow of those 3 together and move them into these 6 generators. Preferably, we want to have 6 on the other side as well. So, but for now, these 6 will do the work we need them to do. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to pipe it up. I'm going to pipe and conveyor belt this entire thing. Then we'll have a look on how I did it. And I think the piping will just go underneath the flooring, and the coal will come down from the top and move into all of these in a higher region. And maybe we can then use glass paneling on the top once we've unlocked glass for ourselves. So we got a lot to play around with. I will see you in a few minutes and see how that came out. Maybe it's the same, just what I said, or I just blew my own mind and thought of an idea, but let's check that out in a few. Okay, so everything is now connected and coals are flowing into our coal power generators. After recalculating, because I thought it was 45 on the machine, but it's 15, we should be able to add 2 more generators in order to fully capitalize on the 2 nodes we're using right now. But I want to get these 6 up first, because if these 6 work, you should have enough automated power to start building the rest without having to worry of having a power loss, so that everything just keeps on going. So water is connected, water is powered, all into one line to all 6 of them. It should be enough. And we got both of them coming together, entering here on the same field. And I did that because, well, a bigger portion will be on this side than on this side here in the beginning, before we can maximize our output by unlocking higher tiers, which we are building towards. So for now, yeah, let's wire this up, and I think we should do that one at a time. Let's before we do that, let's have a quick look here. This is how we have done the piping so far, and I probably will redo the piping up here at some point in order to make it more beautiful by if we lay a glass floor on top of that. But it should work for now. So let's see if the water is actually entering the machines. I didn't even check that. Seems to be in there, because water can travel a certain amount up without having need of assistance. So this should be just right. Alright, let's wire things up. Let's see the first few starters, shall we? And I'm praying we have enough biofuel going to at least be able to hold out till everything's live. Shall we start with the last one? Alright, that seems good. I waited with wiring everything because I wanted to make sure that all the coal was distributed to all the coal generators, that they're full, so that if we power up, they can instantly go for at least the amount that's in there, and then it should be picking up the rest as it goes on. Okay, second one. Now let's pick up from here. Alright. Half power is on. Oh, that's beautiful. Yes, that is a thing, of course, this game will have. It is, you're gonna need power, and you're gonna need more and more and more and more. But for now, first stage, automated power, we're there. course, the water machines are not fully spinning just yet because we're getting to the point that it needs that amount. Right, that's it. They're all live. Doesn't mean that they're not using as much water as I thought they were. That's 50. So that's 300. Let's check this out. They should put this 120. And that's it. Because they are capped at 120 while we only are using 300. So let's lower that, which will also use less power in order to work them. It's minimal, but it should stabilize the water output a bit. I put one on 105 just to have a little bit more. Let's see if this makes that they all will running more smoothly. Well, flow rate is going. Max flow rate achieved. Okay. Good. This should keep working. We gotta keep an eye on this as we move further along, because we do not want power to suddenly cut off or start fluctuating if we don't need that. So, how much higher are we at the moment? Pretty good. Pretty good. Alright, so let's find out where we want to put the other two coal power generators. Because if we can, let's just make as much power as we can, so we can work the longer before we have to think about adding even more to it. But like I said, I know there's a big coal supply in the field, in the plains as well. But I want to use that for something different. Something we haven't unlocked yet. Alright. Can we achieve some symmetry? I really should have unlocked the ladders with my points so I didn't have to walk all the way around the entire time. I will put the floor back, of course, just a slight indicator. Yeah, water is not gonna flow from there, so we need to turn them the other way around. Which is fine. Alright, let's not be hung up on how we have the other side. Let's just make sure it works. And since we don't have the need to pipe go to the side. And yes, I know the power cord is going through it right now, but we can always relay that later. And the thing is, we do want to make sure that later on we can build more and more, because we'll get more coal at some point. And we want to add that to the power supply. Alright, let's just attach all of these. Yes. Let's make sure that we do it a little bit in front, but not too far. See if that's enough. Again, ladders would have been nice. Let's see, did I align it correctly? Does it work? Good. Straight. Alright, so those two are attached. Perfect. Yeah, I really need to realign all my stuff in my bar because they're getting more stuff to build with. Okay, so we got 2, so that means 100. That means for these 2 at the moment, we just need 1. Water machine. And we'll scale it up the further away we go. I'll go straight as much as we can. Alright, let's get back on top. And connect. Ah, come on. You should be able to make that jump, right? Yes. Okay, so that's connected. Let's see, where do we want it to come down? Preferably we want to do this on here. So what I want to do is I want to align it with here, so that is 3. So let's put that a little bit in front. Then we need to be on top. And then we can do the same thing we did to the other side, meaning we'll let the coal flow in, maximize the machine, then feed it into the power line so it starts working. And yes, once we're back at the base, we'll definitely see if we have enough points to get some ladders. But I didn't even think about that for a second, that might be a nice thing to have. Alright, let's put here, shall we? And the flow of coal should be just right for everything. And I definitely should wait until everything is backed up before we fully check. And hope that my numbers are correct, that I don't overestimated it. Because if we have too little coal for all generators to work, it starts to, let's say, get caught up. So it's like that one in the back. Alright, it's like it's all filled in. You were working before. I think I know what this is about. Like, I've used the second level of conveyor belt all the way down here, but not in the feed towards here, so maybe the amount we're getting is not getting in fast enough. Alright, let's put all belts on a higher level, all to level 2, and then we'll powering things up. So let's go upgrade. There it is, our beautiful power base. Got a final few pieces in order to upgrade our belts. It was just a little short on resources because it's not the cheapest upgrade. That's why I initially want to wait until we had the level 3 one, because that's a much more easier to acquire. But for all intents and purposes, it's fine that we're doing it right now. What I was thinking while gathering up the supplies, I don't think this will solve the issue, but the issue is not the supply of coal getting to the location. It's the fact that we have an imbalance in the divide of the coal, because we are going, one side goes to 2, the other to 6, and we are splitting it evenly amongst the two. Meaning that one side is getting more than it needs, another one is suffering because of that. So for now I think we should just leave it. I think the problem would be minimal until we get upgraded miners, which will double the yield we're going to get for it. And of course in the process we will build more power plants, meaning that this side will have as many as on the other side, and that would solve the problem on the end part of that. Right, that's it. All have been upgraded. I'm hoping that eventually they will cut up, because at the moment we're seeing 3 with less. I'm really contemplating to just soup up the miners in order to pump up a little bit more, just to compensate for the lack of it. Alright, so let's wire these two up so that at least they will give us power. They have the feed that they need in order to do that. So let's pick it up here. Why not work? Oh wait, yeah. Yeah, of course. Yeah, you will need at least a little bit of water to start working, so let's do that. There it is. Water starting flowing, going through the pipes. Let's give it a little bit of time so the water can catch up to the machines and fill them up. Then slowly but surely we should see the coal starting to move. There it is, there it's coming. Slowly coming up the pipe. And there it is, the movement is there and it's turning on. We've got power. This is the level we have right now. There is one thing that we need to do, and that is, well, I'm gonna force my way in order to make this balance work. I'm gonna push the output manually of one of the miners just to compensate for the lag on at the end because of the disbalance, having 6 on one and 2 on this side. I think once we do that, that problem of power generators going off should be solved. But then we'll be pushing way more than we have, so the lines will be backed up, but being backed up, in this case at least, is a good thing. So for now, let's leave it here. On the next one, what are we going to do next? Because now that we have some more building parts, we can start thinking ahead of that. I have an idea. I think I want to unlock some more things in the MAM, because we have a lot more animal parts, some food parts that we haven't investigated yet. And then I want to invest in searching for quartz. Yes, we should be able to find something somewhere and use that to build on ahead. And I will show you guys how this will work when we soup up our mining production, just to ease my own peace of mind and everybody watching. But for now, I wish you all a great night, morning, day, wherever you are. And if you're still here, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and be back next time. So until then, bye bye.